Good morning. It's Friday, December 6th, 2023, and it's about 9:45 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So yesterday's update, I had mentioned in the morning that I had sold my positions and then I repurchased them because I figured the market hit bottom and it was going to go up, and that's what happened today. It just shot straight up. And then again, I sold here earlier and made a profit going up. So I just want to point out that this is only a 100-point range in here. I don't really like trading 100-point ranges. They just seem kind of small, and they kind of bounce back and forth. I don't make a lot of money in that unless I buy a lot of contracts. So I get a decent profit in here, but it's not normally the game I play. Same thing in here back in June. I remember this. It kind of channeled along like this in that balance area, and it just dropped. This one I think is going to play out a little bit different. I think maybe next week it's going to come up into here, and it'd be really nice to see a spike, and then that's when I would get in. It doesn't have to be that big. It can be something like this, and I would get in short, and then I would short the market down. That's actually the way I like to play the markets rather than playing these ranges. So this is Friday. I don't think the market's going to go up that much more. The Dow Jones poked through, and I'm guessing it's probably going to stay there, and then next week it might do something up in this area before coming back down again. And the NASDAQ, same thing with the NASDAQ. It looks like it's in this, or it is in this balance area right in here. But it's a short range. It's not a very big range. And all that means is just gathering up a lot of steam. And like I said, it's probably going to poke through maybe up in this area or maybe further before it comes down again. So that's the game plan I have right now. I'm out of the market. Going to wait till next week. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to play this range again. I'm going to wait until this thing pops up. And if it never pops up and it goes down and it breaks below this, then I'll get in on the second bar going down. So that's a strategy for next week. We'll see how it plays out. Okay, so I wanted to point out one more thing. In trading, it's kind of tricky because most people don't want to miss out. And it's the same thing in life. They don't want to miss out on an opportunity. And let's see what happened here. I'm going to go into 1 day max. And that's what happened here when the market came up. And people made a lot of money here. They didn't sell as it was going down because they don't want to miss out. And when people start losing money, they start to get some anxiety, and they want to hang on to their position. And because they're thinking it's going to come back up, nobody wants to take a loss. But trading markets, you have to take losses. Losses is part of the game. And what I mentioned before, when the market came down here yesterday, in this bar here, it came down here. I actually got out of my position. It didn't feel right, and I took a loss, but it was really small. And then I got back in here, and then of course not only did I gain it all back, but quite a bit more. So I went by a feeling that I had. So I can't be afraid to take losses, and that's probably the biggest problem in trading is people don't want to give up, and they keep taking loss after loss until they're down to zero, and then they can't trade again. So I don't do that. Sometimes what I do is I'll look at, let's say I buy some contracts and they're worth $30,000, $40,000, and the market gets down to where I'm at a loss of $10,000, then I'll just get out. And I can always get back in. But some people don't. What they'll do is they'll wait till it gets all the way down to zero. And you can't do that. You have to get out, because you have to remember there's always opportunities to get back in. So again, the biggest problem in trading and even in life is nobody wants to be the last one. Nobody wants to be a loser. Nobody wants to take a loss. And you also notice that in driving. Some people always want to get ahead on the freeway, and those are the kind of people that are losing in the markets, because that just overflows into the rest of their life in all areas. So that's one of the biggest lessons I had to learn, was to get out and take that small loss, because opportunities don't go away. And then, like I said, I wasn't sure I was going to get back in yesterday, but then when I saw the opportunity and it felt good, I got back in. And that's how fast it can happen. And sure enough, the market went up today. But then I got out because even though I think the market could continue up next week, I'm good with the profit that I made. And if it does go up above here, I might buy in, but I doubt it. I think at this point, I'm going to wait until either the market comes up here, makes a spike, and then I'm going to trade it down, or if the market breaks below this, comes up, second bar down, and then I'll get in. But I think at this point, those are the only two options. I'm not going to get back in playing this range again. I'm done with that. And although you can make a lot of money doing this, or a decent amount of money, you got to know when to quit, when it's done, when it's over. And when this market exhausts, it's already gone on too many days already. So it's got to make its move like really soon. Last time I made a move like that was when there's one here, pretty much, because very tight move in here. So when he makes very tight moves, eventually just breaks down with a lot of force. And I think this might be a little bit different than this, where instead this just broke down, and I think this one might come up here one more time before it breaks down. But I don't think there's going to be, I think it might be just 1 or 2 bars up, no more than that, and it'll come down. Okay, so that's the game plan for next week, and we'll see what happens on Monday and throughout the week and how it's going to play out. But eventually this is going to bust open and go somewhere. And don't be fooled by if it breaks out here and it has a couple bars in here that it's going to continue. I think that's going to be a good game plan to go short. And I'd rather get in up here than right here. And that could be another game plan. I could buy here, wait till it comes up here, but I'll be losing money on the way up. And it's not so much losing money, it's like I like to get in the market where it makes its move immediately, or at least the next day, and not wait a few weeks before the market comes down. And then I'm back to even again. That's not how I play the game anymore. Okay, so that's it for this week. Talk to you on Monday.